What is it that we can do as Christians when we feel horny? And the Bible has told us that for if you walk truthfully in the spirit, you will not be able to fulfill the desires of the flesh. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Iwanoh and I hope you're doing well and doing just like us. So, what should Christians do when they are horny? What should they do? Should they masturbate? Should they fornicate? Should they just stay there and let the feelings of arousal go away? How should a Christian deal with horniness? This question is directed mainly for the singles, okay, the Christian singles who are serious in their walk with God and they want to maintain the aspect of purity. We all have a mandate to maintain a certain level of purity as expected by our God. We need to be Christians who are walking by truth and Christians who are saying what is currently happening to them. So me as a single man, I get horny and I'm Christian, I'm following Christian to the latter. What is it that I should do? Okay, put in the comment section. I would also want to hear your feedback. So basically we are humans, and at times our emotions and our hormones, they do not care whether we are walking faithfully in our walk with God, and our emotions don't care about us following Christ faithfully and truthfully. This is something that I've come across to help you guys with, and it is in the book of Galatians chapter 5 verses 16, and it says, walk in the spirit and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So when somebody is horny, okay, there are three most instant options that they can take, but the two obvious one, the third one I'll explain is later on in the video. The first two ones, it's either you engage in fornication, that is calling another person to say, let's just do it, let's compromise, we are horny, we can't do this any longer. These emotions are just blurring our walk with God, okay? They're just in the way of everything, and you just want to throw everything away and say, it is my body is on heat right now and I just want some relief from this whole thing. The most obvious one amongst the single, it is masturbation. So it is a heated debate amongst the Christian community when it comes to masturbation, and most of them say that there's a group that say that masturbation is not a sin, and then there's a group to which I belong which clearly justifies masturbation to be a sin despite it not being mentioned in the Bible, okay? And I'll make a whole video about what qualifies masturbation to be a sin. All right, so be on the lookout. Okay, so for you to masturbate, or for you to do something, for you to continue with the arousal, or to fulfill that void that is inside of you, the sexual one, you need to touch yourself and have the instant gratification. And that will have to be, it will be achieved by either thinking about somebody or get something to sustain your arousal, or to just get rid of those emotions. And the most instant thing that we all resort to is watching pornography and touch ourselves, okay? That is the most instant one. The next thing that that is somewhat an option people take is calling another person and say, I'm horny, I need help, just come, let me inside of you, come inside of me, you know how it is. So yeah, so it is fornication, and the Bible is very clear on fornication, that those who fornicate will not inherit the kingdom of God. So what is it that we can do as Christians when we feel horny? And the Bible has told us that for if you walk truthfully in the spirit, you will not be able to fulfill the desires of the flesh. Okay, and the most obvious thing that we know is that if God is using you as a vessel, as a representative for these foreign lands in which we live in, He's going to sustain you. As a vessel, you have to maintain some certain level of purity inside of you, that you may be worthy of being used by the potter. Okay, so that is the illustration that we have. So it is a struggle that we go through day to day when we get so horny, and we get so frustrated by our own emotions, and they just want to take the best of us, and the devil somewhat capitalizes on our sexuality, and he tries to justify all these crazy doings. He knows how much the flesh can long for such a desire, so when you're horny as a Christian, it's quite tricky. But then when you become very sincere about it, you start talking to God about, God, this is what is happening to me. You need to take God as your friend. You need to take God as your confidant, in which you tell everything that happens around you. Tell him, Lord, this is what is happening. This is what is happening with me. Don't feel shy about it. Tell God the struggles that you're having with maintaining the sexual arousal that you have. And then you also need to get to the root of what causes your arousal. It could be in the friend groups where you belong. What conversations are you guys having? What type of things are you exposing yourself to? What type of material or content are you exposing yourself to when you are on social media? Okay, so when you get to start working at the problem from the root cause, it will be so easier for you to maintain a certain level of discipline when it comes to dealing with your horniness as a Christian. You need to come to terms with the fact that you are a vessel of God and understand yourself in those lines. And you have to be so sexually disciplined that sex is something that has to be enjoyed in the holy matrimony of marriage and should not be given a privilege to anybody. Okay, nobody has the access to see the naked you. Do you know how much of a privilege that is? Do you know how much power we give away when we give people our bodies? So when you're horny as a Christian, it is important that you just speak openly. If you're in a relationship with somebody, talk to your partner about it. And also just come to terms with the fact that this is a struggle and we have to die all the time to the flesh. Just distract it. Distraction is the best solution to dealing with Christian horniness when you're single. So what is it that you're doing as a single Christian when you're sexually aroused, when you're horny? Help, I'm horny. I hope that my 2 cents that I've added to this topic can help you out. The best solution is distraction yourself, and also just being honest about your feelings to God and telling him, God, you chose me to be your vessel. You chose me to be your vessel. What more can I do to help me come to terms with my emotions? Always remember that you should never give away your control to your emotions, and also to your hormones and everything that is about you. Okay, that control you have to take over. Self-control is one of the things that helps us come to terms with most of the things that we are faced with, even the sexual ones. All right, the lighting is somewhat getting bad, so I thought of creating this real quick, and I'll see you next Wednesday.